Hey guys, so I was just out here giving some cafecito to some of my colleagues, and then I told Marvin, hey, let's get these cars together because we have some pretty cool Ferraris out here today. I'll go down through the whole list, but right off the bat, we've got the Ferrari SF90 Stradale. So basically the creme de la creme, the top of the line in the Ferrari range at the very moment. This is an Nosatec. One day I'll get this right. A Nosatec wrap. They call this the Mamba Green Metallic, and it's on some HRE S107 SE. So these are two-piece wheels. It's got a satin black center face. It's got polish for the FMR barrel, and the fitment that we did on this is a 21 by 9.5 and a 22 by 12.5. So I believe it's actually the same fitment as the 488 Pista that I'll get to in a little bit, which is really cool. The offsets are different between this car and the 488s, whether it's a GTB, a Spider, or a Pista. But the looks, you can kind of get the same sort of looks in regards to the design language. 5-spoke, I've said it on the channel before, very synonymous for being on Ferrari cars, even in the 80s and the 70s with their wheel designs. So this looks perfect, especially with the bezel that we have from HRE, so that we can use the carbon Ferrari center caps, which I'm sure this was a pretty penny, probably $2,000, if not more, for the center caps. But for tires, you've got Michelin Pilot Sport 4S 255, 30, 21 for the front, 335, 25, 22 for the rear. Again, it's going to be the same on the 488, but the wheel fitment's a little bit different. I love this setup. So this car came in black. The owner picked it up after we did the wrap, and he was commenting on it, and he said, listen, the black is probably the worst color for my car, the SF90. It doesn't show off a lot of the curvature that the car has, and with this wrap, it completely changed the whole look of the car. So it looks absolutely phenomenal. Now you can tell the difference between this and a 488 or an F8 Tributo. The same day that this car came in black, we had an F8 Tributo in black in the shop getting some sort of things done. I think it was exhaust and springs. And on the camera system upstairs, we couldn't even tell the difference between the two cars. The proportions were almost identical, the sizing, everything. So now that it has the green wrap, you can really tell the difference between this car and the 488s or the F8 Tributos. And especially since it's not black anymore, the carbon really pops. There's so much carbon on this car. I absolutely love it. The interior is very cool. It's the kind of updated system that they're doing. And of course, this is a hybrid, so you're getting close to 1,000 horsepower. One of the fastest vehicles out right now. I absolutely love this car in the green. Didn't like it so much in the black, but we got that fixed up. So moving on to this car, we've got the pinnacle for the 488. So obviously this is the Pista. This is going to be an HRE S104 SC, and the finish for the old schoolers that have been following HRE for many years, that used to be called brushed titanium. That is now called frozen dark clear or frozen brushed dark clear, so you don't get confused. The outer lip is polished. So this is also the 21-22 fitment that SF90 has. But as I mentioned, the offsets are a little bit different. So that way you can get a flush fitment on the SF90, and you get a flush fitment on the 488 Pista as well. This blue is absolutely fantastic. I hope it comes out through the camera lens. Blue Corsa, I believe it was, on the plate in the trunk, right? Blue Corsa. The finish is phenomenal. This is not a wrap. This came from Ferrari factory just like this. Plenty of carbon all over the car as well. So similar to the SF90, since this is the Pista, it's got carbon here, carbon in the rear, these little fins here, which are probably my favorite piece in design from the whole thing. And of course, the extremely cool hood that goes straight through for aerodynamic downforce. This has the black stripes, yellow calipers, absolutely phenomenal spec. I almost like it more than the SF90. If it had the same power plant with the hybrid, I might have liked it more, but since that car is just stupid, like a rocket quick, I would take that over this car. But this one to me is absolutely stunning as well. 21 front, 22 rear, as I mentioned. I had somebody that just DM'd me on Instagram that was following us on the live feed and was asking, why are we putting more than multi-piece wheels on these cars? Well, the fact of the matter is you get more concavity, you get more pop in the wheels just because you can do two different finishes for the rim and for the center face. And since these are HRE performance wheels and they're a two-piece, they're still extremely lightweight. So if you compare generic brand A that's not really a performance wheel company and you get their lightest wheel, which would be a one-piece, and you compare it to an HRE two-piece or even an HRE three-piece, which is the heaviest form of an HRE, the HREs are still going to be more lightweight. So this allows you the opportunity to get that cool look, but not hurt the performance of the car as well, because these are bigger in both diameter and width, but they're still more lightweight than the factory wheels, except for the carbon ones in this case. But moving on, we've got the Ferrari 812 GTS. Very Miami. This is a Miami spec if I've ever seen one. You've got the drop top, the red interior, which is absolutely phenomenal, and the white on white setup. So these are Anarchies that are also made by HRE. This is the S3X3 model. This is the only one of the bunch that's a three-piece wheel. So those two are two-piece traditional, well, I should say this one's a traditional three-piece. Those are the proprietary technology to HRE, where it's an FMR barrel, so the barrel is forged, and so is the center face. This one has a forged center face and then a regular outer lip and an inner barrel. The customer went nuts. He did gloss white center, gloss white outer, and he has the bezel for the yellow Ferrari center cap, which ties it all together because the calipers are yellow, and of course this side badging. Of course, if the interior was yellow, that would have been nutty, right? I'm not sure if they are offering that, but a yellow interior would have been nutty. But nonetheless, you've got the black with the red. It looks fantastic with the top on, with the top down. You've got carbon side skirts. I think this car also got an exhaust, which these cars have not gotten just yet, but we will be doing that in the future. And of course, my favorite engine or power plant of the bunch, naturally aspirated V12. There's nothing like having a naturally aspirated V12 sound, especially when the top is down for you to hear it. So I absolutely love this car. More of the GT car out of all these three. Probably the 488 Pista is better on the track, and then the absolute straight line rocket is the SF90. So in the comments, let us know which car you guys prefer as is. So you can't change the wheels or the color. Which car would you prefer as they're currently sitting? And then which car would you prefer where you can spec it out into your own? Would you rather have the Ferrari SF90? Would you rather have the Ferrari 488 Pista? Or would you rather have the Ferrari 812 GTS? Or would you rather have our 812 Superfast that's off camera that we just got the other day? We'll be doing some crazy modifications to it. Either way, let us know from this trio or any other Ferrari that we haven't included on this list. We'll try and get more videos like this where we'll have multiple models of one specific brand together. Oftentimes we'll have the Huracan, a Performante, and an Aventador together. Another time we'll have a Cullinan to our right, along with the Dawn and a couple of others, and so on and so forth. So I really like to make these videos so you guys can see the different proportions of it, the different wheel sizes, and it just, remember on that, I did not mention the wheel sizes, but the similar 21 front, 22 rear, but a 285 in the front and a 335 in the rear. So a little bit wider in the front than these two cars. But I digress. Let us know what you think in the comment section below, which is your favorite, and let us know what other what other car brands you would like for us to put together and review. Thanks so much.